What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cold Blooded Games. Today, this is episode 2 for us. We got Tommy from Inky Clouds. We'll be talking about running a gym and crossfitting today.
Oh, yep, sorry. I always forget I got to go left and right on the camera.
Yeah. And other than that, I don't have any other announcements. We do have one more announcement. We do got a sponsor for this page. It's Clover Reptiles. Shout out to the sponsor. And on that note, and y'all have anything else to add?
We're good.
Good, let's go.
Y'all ready to roll?
Fire off.
All right, let's go. On that, we're gonna roll. We out. We're gonna start this live. Let me get the intro going.
That be grinding all the time. This for my homies that be grinding all the time. This for my homies that be grinding all the time. With hits, if I hop on it and know what you get, I just go in like the flick of a switch. I come to party, trying to get lit. Music loud, it's lit with hits. If I hop on it and know what you get, I just go in like the flick of a switch. I come to party, trying to get lit. Music loud, it's lit with hits. If I hop on it and know what you get, I just go in like the flick of a switch. I come to party, trying to get lit. Music loud, it's lit with hits. If I hop on it and know what you get, I just go in like the flick of a switch. I come to party, trying to get lit. Music loud, it's lit with hits. If I hop on it and know what you get, I just go in like the flick of a switch. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. It's time to ride, I pull out from the scene real fast. Pull out real fast. It's time to ride, I pull out. It's time to ride. Pick the squad, I'm chasing the bag, I promise to God. This for the homies, put that on my life. Jump, jump, head to the sky. If you feeling real good, put your hands in the air. Put them in the air, yeah, yeah. I like my music loud, so DJ turn me up. DJ turn me up. I like my music loud, so DJ turn me up. DJ turn me up. I like my music loud, so DJ turn me up. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag. If you feeling real good, put your hands in the air. Put them in the air. Yeah, yeah. If you feeling...
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cold Blooded Games. I don't know where Tommy went.
I'm here.
Oh, well, your screen's black.
What?
For me.
Weird.
Yeah.
Come on, her
What
camera
the
might be.
heck? I'm right here. Of course. I don't know. I can see myself.
Oh, I can't see it. Can y'all see her?
How do I?
No, it's black. It's a black screen.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, what the heck just happened here?
I think she's gonna pop out.
Well, that was Tommy from Inky Clouds, everybody.
And there's the show. No.
Right? Having difficulties right now. Let's wait till she gets back in here.
Yeah, that was weird because even on because I got Kayla's phone here for the comments, and even on her phone it was just a black screen.
Hey, so you know that song that plays in the intro? My son
Yeah.
made that.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, Gannon made the beat and sent it to me from Hawaii.
Oh, hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm using it. All that, like,
They doing good out there?
yeah, they're doing all right. They're doing. The other day they told me, which was sad. They said that a kid got kidnapped out there. So
No, crazy.
yeah.
Can you see
so,
me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay.
Right here
Yeah, I
now.
don't know. I could see myself, so I didn't know there was a problem. Awesome. Okay,
There's Alvaro.
well, it worked. Okay.
Yeah. So the sponsor's right there, Avado. Shout out to the sponsor for sponsoring this episode, making the flyers and doing all that for us. On that, go ahead. Let's kick it off with first question. Let's go, Max. What you got?
I would say let's go with what reptiles you keep.
Me personally, right now, I only keep ball pythons. I've kept everything from varanids to venomous animals of both like snakes and lizards, and I kept venomous for the longest. I feel like I think that I have like 20 some odd years of venomous experience, and then I got out of venomous and I went for something that wouldn't kill me if it bit me, so here I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It always makes
Yeah. I got older and I had like a more sense of self-preservation, I think.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, what made you want to get, after 20 years of working with venomous snakes, I was wondering what made you want to move into
It's a
something.
lot. It's a lot of work to stay safe. So like even just changing a water bowl is like a 4-step process. You know, you have to like find the animal in the cage, unlock the cage, take the animal out of the cage, put them in a shift of some sort, do whatever you need to do in the cage, then remove them from that, put them back in the cage, lock the cage. It's just a lot. It's not like just opening up a cage and like grabbing a water bowl.
Right. Gotcha.
Mhm.
So
Very
how does CrossFit fitness come in? Like, how does
Into
that
my
help your
story?
everyday life? Like,
I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I've been CrossFitting on my own now for ever since COVID. So I owned a CrossFit gym for 15 years. When COVID shut down gyms locally, I closed my gym then. I had it for 15 years. I had other things I wanted to pursue. And COVID kind of coincided with me kind of being like, wow, I'd like to do something else. I've been doing this a long time. So now it's just me and a couple of the girls that I worked out with at my gym. And we CrossFit probably 3 days a week. And then I power lift and bodybuild also. So I kind of mix it all together because I found that even when I had my gym, you know, I mean, it's just going to be surprising, I'm sure, for you guys, but CrossFit is not the end all be all for fitness. I know that's surprising. You know, like you can do a lot of volume and you can, you know, get stronger. But if you're not periodizing, if you have like strength goals, you know, you're going to kind of miss out on those goals for sure. I got decently strong doing just pure CrossFit, but I think my deadlift, you know, stayed under 300 pounds. And I weigh like 135. So, when, you know, if you want to break that threshold, you have to, you know, really put focus in those areas.
huh, okay.
Yeah.
And when you owned your business, were you there every day?
Yeah, that was my main get. That was the only thing I did. So I opened in 2000, what was it? Goodness gracious. I don't even remember.
Because they were saying,
2005.
so I was watching a skit, and they were saying that to own a CrossFit business, you would have to be there every day to make any kind of income.
Oh yeah, for
That
sure. I
is that
mean,
true?
that's true of any grind though, man. Like you got to do something every day. You
Well,
know, I mean, I was there every day. Like if you're an owner operator for sure, and I mean, especially back then because nobody even knew what was CrossFit was because this is before the CrossFit Games. This is before any of that. So the only people that were doing it back then were like operators, like the SEALs were doing it. Other special forces guys were doing it. It wasn't like a general public kind of thing back then really. There was only like I think it was the 102nd affiliate in the world, and I think there's like now like 10,000 or something of them. So I worked for CrossFit headquarters too for a while, so I traveled and taught other people how to coach.
oh, that's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, you know, I thought I would be able to see a lot more stuff, but I just ended up seeing the inside of a lot of other CrossFit gyms because I'd just be there for the weekend and then go back home. So, and they don't really vary that much. I mean, you know, it's like a rig and some barbells and some rings and, you know, but it was fun. It was fun to go teach other people. I really enjoy education. Ooh,
So,
somebody has a bird or a guinea pig.
Yeah,
uh,
we got guinea pigs.
I was like,
Okay.
so I don't have a bird, so it's not me.
Let's go.
Right? Go
I'm
ahead,
just glad
Dustin.
I'm not the only one that heard it. So,
I'm gonna let Dustin ask the next question. Go ahead,
okay.
Dustin.
So, I guess with CrossFit, how did you see CrossFit coming into the mainstream with your gym? Because you kind of were in that transition when it went from very, very basic to, you know, more mainstream.
I had kind of a hard transition, honestly, because I live in an area that's pretty heavily military, and I was back then I don't know, I'm not a friendly coach, I guess, back then. So I had a lot of like, I had a lot of men, and most of my gym was men. I think I was like one of two women in my gym. So I was pretty much a hard ass, and it took me a little while to figure out that like if I was going to be inviting other people into it and trying to show like it's attainable for everyone, I had to, have some different approaches, I guess.
Nope, she froze. She froze, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she's
Oh my gosh.
There she is.
Okay.
Okay.
She's good. She's
She's back.
good.
She's back.
I've never left. Sorry. But what I was saying is that what happened for me was that it was kind of cool because when it first started, I was more in my infancy of coaching. And then as I gained more and more experience, I was able to work with different groups. I worked with a lot of like people who had, missing limbs and things like that, towards the end of my career. So it was kind of cool. I got to grow with it because I was working with aging populations. I was working with, people who had not worked out in a very long time and just were like, oh, my friend does CrossFit, so I'm going to come try it. So you have to be really good in order to keep people safe. You have to be really good at learning how to modulate intensity, rep counts, loads, and also manage a lot of egos, honestly.
Right, they come in there and be like, I'm the shit. Yeah.
Yeah, ego lifts
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's
yeah,
always
I
a
mean
recipe
that
for
it's
disaster.
true. I mean, I had people come in and they were like just trying the gym out, and they'd come in and be like, "Yeah, I can do the workout how it is today." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Because there's like 45 handstand push-ups today." And they're like, "Yeah, I got this." And I had a guy like kick up on the wall and realize he couldn't do any handstand push-ups, and then was like, "Oh, I got water in my car. I'm really thirsty." And then like got in his car and drove away because he was embarrassed.
I'd be embarrassed too. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I can't do that. Hell no.
Well, I tried to offer him, like, hey, there's some other things you can do. You don't have to do it as, prescribed or whatever. And he was like, no, I got it. And he did not got it. So
I mean, I seen a lot of ego lifters in any kind of lifting, and it doesn't
yeah,
end well ever.
it doesn't end well for
Ever.
anybody. No. I mean, you gotta know who you are. And I think that that's kind of what I liked about CrossFit for me personally is that having, routine tests. So I wasn't only lifting, and just being like, oh, I'm lifting more weight, but also like routine tests of like, what am I made of? Because I mean, some of the workouts are just ridiculous. We did things called pain storms, and like one of the pain storms was 500 thrusters for time. So like it was 500 squat thrusts for time, like was one work. It was stupid. It was like 3 hours. It was dumb. And I got rhabdo just like some other people got from doing 100 pull-ups for time once. And, I mean, it has to be, you have to scale load and intensity when you start, or it's a good chance you're going to get hurt, especially if you're just pulling stuff offline and you don't know what you're doing.
Man, I've seen people get crushed for doing dumb things like that, like legit crush.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
You can end your career off of ego lifting. I mean, you'll see these people that'll just throw 315 on a squat, and then their form is not the best, and very rarely is. I mean, squatting is a very simple movement, but it's very easy to mess up at the same time. And I mean, if you load yourself up and your body's cold and you're not, you're just gonna snap ligaments. I mean, it's
Squatting is like one of the things I see done the most wrong.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say me too.
Yeah, it can be scary. Like there's things I've seen in the gym where it's like I cringe. I really cringe, and like
Mhm.
I want to go say something to those people, but at the same time, if I said something to those people all the time, I would be that guy in the gym going around saying something to
Yeah,
everybody.
but
Yeah.
I get what
No,
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but like, how do you go up to somebody and be like, how do you approach them if you need
Your
to?
form sucks. No,
It's never a fun conversation to have.
No, I actually
your kneecaps
hide
are
in
going to
the
be on
gym.
that side of the room if you continue to do what you're doing.
No, there's a place where they were doing like pseudo CrossFit at the gym that I'm at now, and they shut that down and moved it to a different place, and now it's just a small room, and I hide in there and do all my stuff in there because I don't want to see what people are doing.
Right. Yeah, the gym I worked at, we had a kid break his nose doing tricep pushdowns because he was trying to go heavy and he slipped and came up and smashed himself with the bar.
There was a guy. There was a guy that had one of the cable machines set up and was arm wrestling it when I was there the other day. I kid you not. He had a foam box and was like arm wrestling the machine. And I was like, okay.
No wonder that's how Max got his arm wrestling skills. I see you, Max. All right.
Yeah, that's how I got that Mardi Gras. I just,
Oh,
He's hooking cables all day.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's literally what was happening while I was doing farmers carries.
Letting out trade secrets here, Chris. Come on. Now we
Right.
get beat at the next Tinley. Everyone's gonna be doing arm wrestling curls.
I'm gonna start doing it now.
Yeah, I won't be.
I'll see you in Tinley, sir.
But yeah, I would on ego lifting, just don't do it. Like, don't lift if you can't lift your own body weight or your own body mass. Don't do it.
I just
That's all I gotta
always say
say.
you got to worry about what you're doing and not what everyone else in the gym is doing, because you don't know what they're training for, how many years they've been training. There's so many different factors. Like someone like me, I don't want to see, like I squat, 400 pounds. I don't want to see a 16-year-old kid trying to go squat 400 pounds after me squatting 400 pounds. Like, kid, you weigh like 120 pounds soaking wet. Like, you're gonna just destroy yourself. Like, you have to you have to stay in your own mind and not worry about what's going on around you. Because like I feel like in the gym, there's a lot of people that like want to impress other people that are there, when in reality, at least how I see things, like nobody really cares what you're doing because they're busy doing their own thing. So just focus on what you're doing and be smart. That's all I can say.
Yep.
Just be smart.
That's why I hide. I don't want to see it.
Like, I throw my headphones on. I stay completely covered the whole time I'm training. You'll never see me in a tank top or even a t-shirt. Like, I'm literally hoodies and like workout pants like the whole time I train. No matter what I'm training, no matter what time of year. Summer, it's 100 degrees outside. I'm still fully covered.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And
I have
again,
to be-
that's just me though.
I'm like, I have to be in shirt, shorts, and I'm good to go. Or and then I have a tank top underneath where I take off my shirt once I start sweating. No,
Can't
that's
be letting
about it.
everybody see all your stuff.
No, I got like a little tank. I got it on right now too. See, it's a little
Oh,
tank.
there it is. I see it.
It just hangs down low. Just, I feel like I can move a lot more.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. I wear shorts and a t-shirt or whatever. I'm not trying to wear one of those like matchy sets and like have all that mess going on. I ain't got all that
Right.
time.
Who
Try to put
does?
my extensions in before I go to the gym or whatever. Not doing it all.
I
I be having
always
hair
say
like
I'm
down
not
in here.
looking. I'm not looking to impress nobody.
You don't need the matching
whatever's
Lily
closest to me
shoes.
when I wake up.
Nah. Gym culture is weird, man. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I feel like, obviously
Yeah.
there's weird stuff about CrossFit gyms too. I mean, we used to wear knee socks for everything. I mean, like that was weird, but it was good for rope climbs. But like looking back on it, I'm like, what? I look like a clown. But it's what it is. I mean, it's good to look back on your decisions and be able to realize they weren't always great.
Yeah.
Man, to see your growth, progression. Like,
Yeah,
no, like
yeah.
I was like when I came into when I started, I was like 160, 165.
Mhm.
And then I just bulked up out of nowhere, jumped up to 265, and then dropped back to 224,
Mhm.
And I just keep bulking up, just staying right there, 224, 225.
I was 103 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like a stick. I literally had like, if I went in the bathtub, my bones would get water right here, like little bird baths.
So you had like sweat sitting there, like in your bone.
It was from the water from the bathtub, not sweat.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
No, she's saying like where the collarbone's
Like my
at. It was
clavicle,
so,
like like right here would just be. It was like a.
I
hole
heard her
because I
say
was so
when she
skinny.
sweat. Or
No.
something. I was like, what? You had sweat pools?
That would be kind of gross, but I'm sure it could happen.
I was like, yeah, that would be kind of gross.
Anyway.
But like, what was I gonna say though? Like, Oh, damn it! I lost the question.
It's good.
So what made you want to get
Gotta write it
into
down.
what made you want to get back into or get into ball pythons after you got out of the hots?
You want to hear the story that everybody tells because I'm about to tell it. Oh, hi.
What
Sorry, saying hi.
you can tell it different.
I'm not going to. I'm telling the same story. It's my story,
I'm
man.
joking. I'm joking.
So anyway, no. So yeah, I had wanted a ball python a long time ago because I saw a pied ball python. Everybody that saw pied ball pythons back in the day were like, "Oh my God, what is that?" Because I mean, like, if you had a ball python, you had a dark brown ball python, or like a light brown ball python, or like a ball python that had like a different spot on it. That was like all we had. Because most of it was a lot of imports. You know, I was working at a pet shop, and I mean, I saw a lot of imports come through. But I saw a pied ball python. I got out of hots for a little while. I'm like, I need a break from reptiles. I'm just like, I'm burnt out. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. When I came back to it, I was like, oh, I wonder like what kind of snake. So at first I looked at hog noses. I was like, I want some hog noses. And then like I couldn't find any locally. And I was like, what is this about? I guess nobody has them because I didn't know about morph market either because there's no venomous morph market. So I was like, okay, well, what else could I get? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me look up ball pythons. So when I looked up ball pythons, ball python morph market popped up. And then I found out how cheap piebalds are now. Cheap, I guess, by my standards in the moment. They weren't $20,000 anymore or whatever they were back then. And so I was like, damn, I can get one of those. And then it was just like a slippery slope because I could like order them online. So here I am.
I can order it and it arrives. This is awesome.
Exactly. And I mean, I really like the genetics part of it. Honestly, I'm a science nerd. So like figuring out that like, oh my God, not only are there piebalds, but like there's like a gazillion options. And I went a little nuts, but yeah. So I have a few projects going on now.
Do you got eggs? You do have eggs, right?
Right now, I don't know.
Oh, I thought I saw your post that you posted up a post of clutch.
I thought no, I haven't posted a clutch. I thought I had some eggs, but I don't have any yet. I have a couple girls back in here, like getting ready, but nobody's dropped yet. I imagine it'd be another 20 or 30 days.
How long have you been breeding ball pythons for?
Ball pythons just a few years.
Okay. So have you had clutches yet, or is this your first year?
Yes, last year.
Last year? Okay.
Yeah.
So was it easy for you to sell those?
I didn't really have any problem. Plus the ones that some of them like stuck around longer than others, and I didn't really know what the timeline for them to sell would be. So I was like, there's a couple that I wanted to keep out of the clutch, and then I ended up only keeping one out of one of the clutches. But the other ones, I just diversified my collection. Like I just contacted other people that had genes that I wanted, and I was like, hey man, I have this. Do you want some of this? And if they said no, I said, have a great day. But then I ended up getting some new stuff. You know,
I like that. Cool. Have a great day.
Exactly. Well, I'm like, I mean, I'm not mad about it. Like, if you don't want it, you don't want it. That's fine. But yeah. So I ended up trading out for some different. Like, I traded out a lot of Het Desert Ghost stuff for some other like codoms that had Het Desert Ghost. So I had some multi-gene hets that I kept, like the one that had the most stuff in it, and then like traded off some of the other ones to get like a chocolate Het Desert Ghost, Het Hypo. What else did I get? I got a not stranger. Dang it, Wookie chocolate. No, Wookie yellow belly shoelace. I'm just kidding.
Shoelace. I was like, wait, what?
You're like, wait, shoelace.
He's like, she's got a new morph out there.
You know, all I gotta do is get one that's got a different dot, and I'm sure it's a new morph. Yeah, Wookie yellow belly, black pastel. I traded for both of those. Yeah, so I got some nice stuff in trade, so I was stoked on that.
I was like, so the reason I asked, like, was it hard for the sales? Because now it's starting to get harder to sell ball pythons, only because people are selling them for cheaper. versus.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I think that's mostly. It looks like right now it's like mostly true of like single gene hets that are going cheaper, and then of course like things that have no hets are going cheaper. But I mean, everything's going to get cheaper over time anyway, especially like the projects that a lot of people like jumped into because it was hot in the moment. I mean, that's going to happen. I don't feel like it's that much of a big deal. The amount of animals that were on, I think like 4 months ago was like 60,000, and I think there's like 20,000 less animals on there right now.
Well, I don't know if
So
it's a big deal for ball python breeders, but I know it is for retic, like retic breeders and other breeders like boas, chondros. You know, like if
like
somebody goes
it's
and buys
getting
a snake for
harder.
$150 snake, they're gonna go back to that one person, and then other guys get stuck with babies that are like what, a grand maybe
Right.
the most.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
goes their money. So it gets hard for them to sell, I guess, those kind of animals.
Oh, you mean like they're buying the same stuff for a lot less from somebody
Yes,
else?
from somebody else, because they'll be like,
I
oh, I could
mean,
get that gene from that
at
person
the
for
at
cheaper.
the end of the day, this is not what I do for a living. So I mean, if it sells cheaper, it sells cheaper. I enjoy the animals, honestly. So I'm not trying to be big baller on it. I never had any idea that that was going to be what it is. I'm working in some higher end projects, and if it goes well, great. If it doesn't, I still like the projects.
And so that's what the whole thing was. It was either like you're in it for the passion or for the money. So those people were, I guess, were finding out that they were in it for the money versus
Well,
being in it
and
for.
I've always said that like you have if you're going to be breeding anything, like you have to have passion for the animals, or you're just not going to be successful. Whether you're breeding reptiles, birds, fish, dogs, cats, whatever it is that you're working with, like if you don't have passion and care for those animals, you're not going to dedicate the amount of time that's necessary, the level of care that's necessary, because all you're looking at is dollar signs. Which I do tell people like there is money involved in it, yes, but it's not why we do it. It's not like the sole purpose driving us is like, yeah, I'm breeding these snakes together because I want to make, $5,000 off this clutch. Like, like when we're breeding, we're like, oh, we got this really cool and this really cool, and I can't wait to see what they make.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's an
Yeah,
exciting project. I mean, like I said, I enjoy that part of it. I mean, it'd be great for it to pay for itself, but at the end of the day, I'm not like this is not my living. If it became my living, cool. If it doesn't, that's also fine.
I mean that. Yeah, that would be really cool. But yeah, I get what Max is saying. For me, it's like when a baby comes out the egg. That's exciting for me. Like,
Yeah.
Like even when I hatch normals, like I'm still happy because like I'm hatching new baby snakes. Like it's very cool. It's very rewarding. Yeah, obviously we're trying to shoot for those 2, 3, 4, 5 gene animals, but at the same time, it's still the process of going through and raising the animals up till they're adults, feeding them properly, cycling them properly, males into females, and finally getting your ovulations, finally getting your clutches, and then the end result is having those babies start, pipping out of those eggs. Like, I mean, I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything more rewarding than that.
so yesterday I
Yeah.
was on the multiplayer morphs live, right? And I got
Hmm.
asked like, what would I tell a new person coming in? So I said, this is what I said. I literally said that to do your research, and if you're coming in for the money, then you're coming in for the wrong reasons.
Hmm.
Because it's not going to be money right off the back. You're not going to come in and boom, boom, start making money. You know,
I
if that's
mean,
what you're coming in here
can
for.
you think of anything that is like that? I mean, really, other than being employed doing some sort of specific task. I mean, outside of that, like anything that's like a hobby based business or a passion based business or even like a side hustle kind of thing, they all take time, effort, etc., and some sort of input. Like you don't get output for nothing. Same thing as the gym.
Yep.
Yes.
surprisingly,
So
surprisingly, you can't just buy a gym membership and get buff. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I would say
that'd be cool, right? Be like,
you get out what you put in.
Yeah.
If you work hard in the gym, the results are going to show. If you're being lazy and slacking off and not going to the gym as often as you should for whatever results you're looking for, it's going to show. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing with your animals. If you're not giving them the proper care, it's going to show. If you're not putting in the proper work, to get through a successful breeding season, it's going to show.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, a lot of people come in here expecting or thinking like new people, the new people coming in, they think that it's going to be easy, like maintaining these animals when they realize it's not down the line, and that's why they're releasing them into the wild. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Fuck, this is harder than what I thought it was going to be." Not realizing, not
Is
doing all
there
their
like
proper research.
really that much of an influx of people releasing? I mean, I've never found
No, not just
anything like.
releasing or just giving them away to rescues. There's an influx in rescues, yes, right now.
Yeah, I mean that's true of any animal, unfortunately. I mean, I work in behavior modification, like dogs and horses and things that have like issues with fear, anxiety, aggression, etc. So I mean, I see that kind of stuff all the time just with pet dogs. I mean, it's a lot harder, I would imagine, for people to let a pet dog go because of like our normal like human connection to dogs that we have, because we have like a long history, than like to let something go that you don't build that same rapport with. So I mean, I think that's just true of all animals. People that aren't responsible, and that has, I think, little to do with the animals and making money or not making money.
Justin squirrels. Hey, your squirrel is
Justin,
tripping.
stop your squirrel.
Right.
Like, what is it? What is it doing anyway?
So we actually run. My wife runs. We run a rescue together,
Okay.
and we just brought in a guinea pig that's older and has cataracts. And
Oh.
so we have her with one of our other rescues, trying to bond them, so that way we can kind of give a couple of paired guinea pigs out at the next show. There's like a rescue, rehome.
So that's what bonding sounds like for guinea pigs.
Yeah, when one gets too close, it gets angry with the other one and makes that noise.
That's so cute.
I'm gonna try to make that noise when people get too close to me.
I didn't know guinea pigs sounded like that much like birds. Like that's like when it first went off, I thought that was like a bird. I thought you had a bird.
No birds, but yeah, we have a lot of rescues right now. So
yeah, rescue's hard, man.
I was gonna say rescues are hard, very hard,
for
especially
sure.
because
it's insanely hard. I give mad props to anybody who does any rescue to any degree. Like Jay, I know he takes in a lot of like leopard geckos and bearded dragons. Like my hat's off to that guy because he puts in serious work with those. And like I was never a rescue, but I used to take in animals, and I can't do it anymore. Like it's just the they wait until the last minute to like relinquish that animal, and it's unfortunate, like it's too late half the time. And the last one for me, we took in a big female Savannah monitor, and we only had her for 4 months. Like we grew so close to her. She was such an amazing animal, but she ended up having cancer, and we lost her, and she was only 4 years old. And like I said, we only had her for 4 months, so it was whoever, the people that turned her over just clearly weren't giving her a proper diet and everything. And unfortunately, her life was cut short. But she was a truly amazing animal. But that was the one that really kind of like took me down from wanting to like take more stuff in, because it's just really hard to have an animal and be that close, and for them to get cut down like that, it's hard.
For sure, yeah, rescue is really rough.
Yeah, so like Baby Jesse, I don't know if y'all know Baby Jesse's Reptile World. He does rescue too. And apparently somebody said a comment that he turns around and sells his animals, which I've never seen turn around and sell an animal, but or ask for money at that most. The only thing he does ask for is donations if they wanted to,
Yeah,
But that's on you guys.
Yeah, so like around here, it's, I don't know if it's state that requires it, but there is a $50 adoption fee that's done around here. So
they had to pay you $50 to adopt.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's cool then. I mean, if they require it in your state, then I understand that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they require it over there.
I think there should be some sort of fee for an animal to change hands. I mean, even like it's not selling, because I mean, at the end of the day, rescues have to put time, effort, and money into animals, and not only that, like if you just give animals away, it's not predictive of an amazing environment all the time. That doesn't mean everybody who would take an animal is awful or anything, but just
Correct.
And you're right, Tommy. It's like you said, it takes time, money, working with our animals. It's the same thing at the
yeah.
gym. It takes time, money, because you got to buy supplements, or if you're
I
on
don't buy any
supplements,
supplements, man. I don't
you
buy
don't take
supplements.
nothing. So what is your morning routine then for
I
the
mean,
gym?
you only these biceps are natty. What's my morning routine? I
Yeah,
wake
what
up
is
and
it?
I train. I train before I eat. I eat around 11 a.m. generally. So
And how long do
I
you train for?
depends on the day. I mean, it really depends on the day because I do a strength cycle that kind of goes through the big lifts. So it's either squat, front squat, dead, bench, or press that I just cycle out upper and lower body like over time. So I do a cycle, do another. So first I max, then I cycle off that max, then I cycle again for 4 weeks. Then I remax that lift, and then I go to whatever the other one is. So if it's upper body, then I switch to lower body, right? And then I do accessory work twice a week for upper and lower body. And then I do CrossFit or CrossFit-esque type stuff the other days. Oh, and Monday's my restorative day, which means that I spend 2 hours outside in the morning doing something, whether it's like a 6 mile skate, a 6 mile walk, bike ride for 10 miles or so, whatever. That's my day to be like move without like any real goal other than to be outside.
Oh, nice.
So how's that work with like your reptiles? Like when do you have time to do that, or you just?
What do you mean? That's just the morning, man. When I
Damn.
get up in the morning. So if I get up in the morning, when I
Okay.
get up in the morning, I check all my snakes. It's the first thing I do. I say good morning to them. If you notice, like if you ever see my stories, like I do a lot of videos in the morning of my big girls like in the sun because I have like
Okay.
giant windows over here. And like everybody says that ball pythons don't use UV or UVA, UVB. They don't like the sun. They're going to hide from it. They're vampires and all that kind of stuff. But like these girls have access to sun every morning and they have access to hides and they choose to come out and be in the sun every morning. So I come in, say hi to all of them, check all my animals that are in drawers, make sure that they all have water, spot clean. Then around 8:30, I'm in the gym. I'm there for whatever, an hour to 2 hours. Then after that, I start work and then I work for however long I work and then I come home.
So
Pretty
you're an
boring
early
life.
bird.
Is that early?
Well, I mean,
What do you consider an early bird, Chris?
like 3 a.m. like you?
That's no, man. I'm no. Being in the gym by 8:30. I mean, to do all this stuff ahead of time only takes me like an hour or so.
Oh, okay.
I don't have like 300 animals. I'm pretty.
I have 100, so.
Yeah, but I mean, to just check and spot clean and water and top off waters does not take that long.
How many animals do you have right now?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's like,
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to count. I have
I was gonna say,
ADHD. What do you want from
you
me?
can just ballpark it. It doesn't have to be exact.
I need to tell you the exact answer for the
She
exact
does.
question that you're asking me.
She does.
You don't know me right now. I don't know, 50, 60, 900, something between those, somewhere in there.
Yeah, what? She said 900.
I don't have a lot of animals, just 900. I don't know. Like I just have this little room that I'm in. It's probably like I said 50 or 60. I don't know. Something like
No,
that.
that's not bad.
I try not to keep track, honestly, because I don't want to have to tell my husband the number if he asks me. If he asks me, I'll be like, same thing. I don't know, 50, 60, 900, something like that.
Right.
True story.
He's like, no more snakes for you. Takes your curve.
No, my husband doesn't really like them very much, so.
So he doesn't help you at all with them?
No, he does not like them. He doesn't like hate that I do it. Like he was fine with me having the venomous snakes. He was fine, but like he's just very hands off with it. He doesn't do anything with it.
Okay.
Like every once in a while, I'll get him to like touch a tail. I'll be like, "Look, she's nice," and I'll just like shove it at him, like, and he'll be like, "Yeah, it's very
does he
nice."
ever like show interest or like offer to like help like one day to like help clean your water or anything like that?
No.
No.
I would see that. I would
Just
see
ask
that'd
him.
be hard.
Why?
Like, because you would have an extra pair of hands to help you.
I don't need help, man. I mean, I'm not a BJJ with him helping him wrestle. I mean, we have our own interests, you know. I feel like that's healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it'd be cool. But I mean, I have people to talk to. Like, I talk to a lot of people online and like, you know, chat with people about snakes and all that. So I get it all out. Like, it's not like I'm here by myself cleaning and stuff and like oogling, but I take pictures too, so I can share with people. I feel like that's my shared experience is what I share online, you know, because I don't have anybody like super local to me or anything that I like go see their collection or we go out and have coffee and talk about super shoelaces or, you know, extra normals or whatever, you know. So like, you know, I'm sorry. I'm this is who I am. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the club.
Right?
Hey,
Judgment
I don't try to be
I know
somebody
how
else.
she was. She's awesome.
You were like, oh damn, I'm getting on with her again. Yeah, so I mean that's basically my shared experiences, like when I chat with people online or I share pictures and like I get feedback on things or whatever. That's what I do, and that's like kind of like how I feel like I have like a community still.
And going back to when when you had your gym, you said you had it for 15 years.
Hmm.
Were you keeping the hots at the same time?
Yes.
Was that hard balancing? The working with venomous. Because they have more. I don't want to say intense care, but there's more that goes into their care, I should say, and then running a business at the same time.
No, because like running a gym, like especially like a client-based gym. So like I don't like CrossFit gyms are more like group personal training. So it's not like the gym's just open all the time, right? So I would be there for like a block in the morning and then a block in the evening. So like I had my middays open.
Gotcha. Okay.
Man, but I guess that's CrossFit gym.
But I also have 4 dogs and 3 horses and a cat and a jumping spider. So I mean, I have a lot of things to take care of.
Do you have horses? That's awesome.
Yeah, I have 3 horses.
I rode a horse for the first time today. Actually, it was quite an experience.
Like a trail horse?
I don't know. It was at like a farm. Like they do like lessons and stuff there. Kayla
Okay.
took me there. It was I don't know. It was just basic stuff,
Oh, you did a
but
lesson today.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
it was
Yeah.
cool. Very very different. Like being like on a horse, just walking, and then going from a walk to a trot or whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
Do we call that a pony ride?
What's up?
So we call that a pony ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was his first time, he was on a very safe animal, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she was chill. They had I think like I don't know 20 or 30 horses at this place and
Oh, cool.
beautiful animals. Like
Yeah.
they're so impressive. I mean, I'm 6'2" and I was looking this thing in the eyes. I mean, they're big strong animals. It was crazy. But it was cool as hell.
Yeah, it's funny because, and this is like another doofy story. So once again, welcome to me. My horses when me and my I got my first horse. I had him boarded at a place, and there was like this large field, and there was like 20 horses on the field, and like one of them like started like running. So like once one starts running, they all start running. Well, little known fact, I guess, by people that don't have horses is that when horses like run, like when they buck and run, they fart a ton. And like so like it was like 10 farting horses and my husband like falling on the ground laughing his ass off because he's like, I've always thought it's so majestic and wonderful and this is what it's really like. So it was like he was like dying laughing because he's like, I did not know what that's like. I'm like, well, hey, that's horses for you. Horses are derpy and beautiful. I think that's a hard balance.
They're like a spider ball python.
Spider ball python.
Wow.
Super.
That was
Not
funny.
all of them, just some.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. My horses are pretty chill. I mean, I have a smaller one, and then I have my tallest one's 16, 1, and my shortest one's 13, 2. So the one that's 16, 1, I've had him since he was a baby, and I'm hoping my husband can ride him, but my husband needs to take a lesson too because he hasn't really ridden. But I'm hoping the horse is big enough to carry him. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm 253 pounds, so this thing held me no problem.
Yeah, it depends on the bone of the animal, not just like the height. And like, yeah, he's the same. He's 6'3", 250.
Okay.
Wait, who's 6'3", 250?
My husband.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, my
Okay.
horse is bigger than that, but
I was like, wait, who's 6'3" feet? You know?
I want to be like 250, but like the same size that I currently am, so I can lift more. Because then, like, it'd be amazing. Like, you'd be like, because that's why there's weight classes, right? Because like bigger people can lift more weight.
Yeah, but
right?
then wouldn't you have to get on like creatine and stuff like that?
I don't think it'd be possible to be the same size I am now. I am be 250. I'd be 5'2", 250.
You'd be like,
she'd be like She-Hulk walking around.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I just want to increase my pull against the earth. I don't want to change anything about my visage. I'm happy with my visage.
I don't know.
Although I don't like my biceps. I don't like my biceps. We already talked about that though.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's a sad life.
She works them out really hard, and she says they stay the same.
I'm just a shower, not a grower. Like, what I got is what I got. It just like gets hard and doesn't like change size.
No, when you train your arms, do you do more volume or more weight, or do you try and mix things?
I do both, honestly. So I do like I was talking about, I bench and I press. And I mean, I'm strong. My upper body's strong, but it's just I have very short tendons. So I don't know if you did bodybuilding before.
Yeah.
Okay, so like your tendon length and your muscle belly density has a lot to do with what the actual vision of your muscle looks like, because your tendon like attaches at your elbow, right? So if you have a short tendon, when your muscle contracts, the belly can't like contract as small because there's not as much space. Yeah. So it just like, so if you have short tendons, your muscle, like when you're contracting it, it just kind of like looks the same kind of. It just like gets like like I have a tattoo, and that's the only reason you can tell that I'm flexing, because it just like goes like meh, meh. That's why I say I'm a shower, not a grower. Like, what I got is what I got.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, you guess. Yeah, I have bigger triceps than I do biceps somehow.
I guess I have short tendons too, because my bicep doesn't want to grow anymore.
It's not the growth. It's just like when you look, like it's like this and it's like this. Whoop. You see my tattoo? Whoop. That's it. Whoop. That's it. It's the same. Exactly the same. But like if you touch it, it's like hard. It doesn't move. So it's like it presses stuff away from my body just fine, and all the fan things it's supposed to do. It just is not aesthetic. So that's that. That's my life. Sorry.
Yeah, bigger triceps are better as well, because you see that more when your arm's down anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Got them horseshoes. Yeah, and I can do push-ups way better than all the other girls that work out with me.
See that? Look at
yeah.
That.
Oh. Is that what we're doing now?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see anything.
All right, Max.
Try again. Let me open my eyes real big.
I know, Max. So
you'll have to like circle what you're talking about.
Do you want me to fill that in for you?
You guys screen capture.
Sharpies. Show us what you're doing.
There you go. You have to draw a six-pack on too. I'll send you some Sharpies in the mail.
I was like, all right. But yeah, I definitely do need to work on my six-pack. Let's see, Max. They said give us one.
Oh, there it is. Of course. There it is. Yay. See, that looks just like mine. Mine, where all that happens is my tattoo moves a little bit. So sad.
It's just like my bicep is like this friggin' long. I just have very long arm, like literally like you'll see those
Yeah.
short guys like their biceps like this, like when they flex, it's little boop boop. Mine's like
Yeah. No, my husband's the same way. He's like way bally. Like his calves like attract small children's attention somehow. Like it's stupid. He's like very bally though. Like everything on him's really bally. His abs are really bally. Everything's like really thick.
yeah.
But yeah. I got legs. That's all I got. I got like all my muscle is basically from like here down. Like so it is what it is. I think that's part of being a female too though.
Yeah, it's
Some girls
definitely-
have really good arms though.
It's
Not
definitely
me.
different.
I've seen some girls that are incredible.
Cantaloupes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some girls have really great arms. I'm not them, and that's
Well,
fine.
Well,
Can't have all
or
this
they're on the
ass
juice.
and those arms, man. What? They're on the
I
juice.
say either that or those females are on the juice because I've seen some females that are just like bam, rock hard.
I hate to like jump to that as an answer, but I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously some people do utilize recreational drugs, but I mean, some people are genetically gifted or have different muscle structure also. I mean, like even having a heavier lordotic curve will make it harder for you to have visible lower abs, like because your lower abs are stretched long because of where they attach. So you have to take in skeletal structure, tendon length, muscle belly density and thickness and all that for like what aesthetic you can actually have. I mean, there is some like point where like I know girls that are like super weak that I could like break over my knee, but like they look really strong because of the way that their body is built. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and genetics has a lot to do with that. I mean, even with like animals, if you're trying to shoot for a specific gene, you want the best looking of that particular gene you're working with. So it's
right.
Feel like different people, and especially from different regions of the world, like everyone's got something that's different that will help you in certain areas.
And I've heard that a lot too. They're like, oh, you don't like. They say you have the genetics, and then some would say, oh, you don't have genetics.
Yeah, some people don't. I mean, like,
it's not like you necessarily have to have them. Like, if you have shit genetics, doesn't mean you can't build muscle. It might be easier for that person because they're just genetically prone to being able to build muscle faster. Have thicker tissue or whatever it might be.
Or it may not be. It may not be as aesthetic. Like if you're looking at it from a bodybuilding standpoint, right? Yeah. But I mean, aesthetics are far from everything because, like, I mean, there's people that are hella strong that aren't aesthetic, and people, I mean, like all the strong men that are crazy, crazy strong, they have like a lot of body fat over top of their muscles. And like, if you just looked at them, you might not know they're strong at all. So they're not aesthetically strong. They're just strong. So, I mean, it really depends on what your goal is. My goal, I don't have any bodybuilding goals because one, I know my genetics. Two, I don't want to put the energy into it and have no business being my age, running around in a thong on a stage. And three, no, thank you. Like, no, none of that. Thank you anyway. I mean, I'm happy for whatever reason people want to work out, as long as you're trying to take care of yourself and you're not sitting in place, and do what you got to do. That's why, like, even when I had my CrossFit gym, we always had Olympic lifting. We had Olympic lifting class for form and for load for people who wanted to compete in Olympic lifting. We had powerlifting. We had gymnastics. And we had CrossFit, and we had all of that programmed into our stuff. So it wasn't just like, oh, all you need is CrossFit. There's, it was that like early on, but like, once again, I was early on in my career and I didn't have as much knowledge, but when you know better, you do better. So we added things in because like you have to work strength. You can't just work a 95-pound barbell for 45 reps and 45 pull-ups and fall on the ground and be like, I'm the fittest person in the land. Like, that's not the answer.
You got to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So before you got on, Tommy, I actually brought up this little part of the skit where I had asked them two, Dustin and Max, if CrossFit contributes to like powerlifting and and the other weightlifting, like bodybuilding, powerlifting. I saw a skit, they were saying that when you do CrossFit, it actually implements how it teaches you how to bodybuild or power lift and stuff like that. So I just want to know, would you agree with that or not agree?
I mean, we had nationally ranked powerlifters at our gym that were not lifters at all when they started working out with us. So I really think that it depends on what gym you're going to and, you know, what level your coaches are, just like anything else. I mean, you can go to One Life and have somebody teach you how to squat and you still don't know how to squat, at least from what I've seen. So, I mean, it really depends on, you know, the level of coaching that you're receiving and your goals and like what you're putting in, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't say they would like go hand in hand?
We do powerlifting. I mean, we do powerlifting. We do Olympic lifting. They go hand in hand. But I think that a lot of times the unfortunate part of it is that because there is a good amount of ego and all the different subsects of fitness that everybody wants to point fingers and be like, oh, you're the dumb one and you look stupid because you have a tan and you get on a stage, and you're stupid because you have a 95-pound barbell and you throw it and yell and do kipping pull-ups. And so, I mean, I think that they could go hand in hand, but because there's a lot of like, you know, division, you know, in the different subsects, it's harder to cross that boundary, I think, to say that they are like coinciding with one another. I think there's too much friction there to say that.
Okay. Okay. I agree with that. Huh. That was a good answer. I wasn't expecting
Thanks.
that.
I'm the smartest.
I was like, wait, what? That
Don't
was
mind
out of
me.
nowhere.
Welcome once again.
All right, Dustin, go ahead.
What you got, Justin?
Oh, so I come from more of a personal training and bodybuilding background.
Cool.
So that's kind of like my, you know, but I do respect CrossFit for a lot of the athleticism. I mean, when the CrossFit game came out, I mean, it was kind of impressive to see these people make these, you know, I'd say it's more endurance based. So if you would agree with that, it's more endurance based of us lifting than traditional gym lifting.
I would say it depends. I mean, muscular endurance is part of it for sure. I mean, and generally what you'll see when it comes to the competition portion of CrossFit, I think that when you look at competition of anything, like any subsect of sport, the competition aspect doesn't always look like the training aspect. So just because you're seeing a lot of muscular endurance or like deadlift ladders or clean and jerk ladders and things like that, when you're looking um, at the like CrossFit Games, things like that. That's what they kind of focus more on that because I think it's more interesting to look at. But like, you don't get to like a 350-pound clean and jerk and a clean and jerk ladder when you started at 165 and moved up and have that muscular endurance without training outside of that realm, because you're not going to get that strong.
Right.
You're not going to clean and jerk, 350 if you only do muscular endurance. You have to get fucking A, bull strong.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Clean and jerk 350.
yeah. So I mean that's like, but like if you look at the games, they have ladders where they have like multiple like barbells set up, and they'll go like 165, 185, 205, blah 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 blah, on, and like where you fail out is where you fail out. And yeah, in that case, like if you're running a ladder, yeah, it's muscular endurance, but you don't get to be able to do muscular endurance like that without training just straight up raw strength. Like you don't get strong with just muscular endurance. I mean, there's just too many different pathways that you train in CrossFit in order to get there. We're looking at metabolic conditioning, strength, just pure powerlifting, strength, Olympic lifting, and there's a lot of elements of gymnastics, such as like muscle ups, bar muscle ups, ring muscle ups, rope climbs, handstand push ups. blah blah blah. So I'd have to disagree. Yeah, that in order to compete in those sports, you can't just focus on muscular endurance as it is.
She said those CrossFit chicks.
Yeah.
Why are the CrossFit games so hard? That's what I want to know. Why?
Because it's a test. I mean, it's a test. You can't test something. Like, you got to think about like what we will do for a workout. Like, if I'm testing like somebody like to be the best CrossFitter, and like my normal workout has 350 reps in it of whatever it is, like then it has to be hard. It has to be obscene. Like if I like I was saying, like one of the workouts that like is one of the benchmark workouts is a 95-pound squat thrust and pull up for 45 reps. And so and that can be completed in like less than 2 minutes by a lot of people that CrossFit.
Huh.
So
the whole CrossFit game's just a test, just to see how far you can go.
It's a contest. I mean, like, yeah, it's supposed to be you're the fittest person in the world, which I disagree with, but that's the title that they're vying for. But yeah, I mean, it's a test.
Okay.
It's not like what you do like every day. We don't like go to the gym and be like, all right, today's CrossFit Games number 3. We're gonna do a crazy clean and jerk ladder and walk on our hands for 50 feet and then check for ovulations. I don't know.
Check for ovulations. That'd be cool, right? Snake games. Check for ovulations. Who's gonna lay first?
Exactly. Open all 100 drawers before you go to the gym. Exactly. Water.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy to see.
Don't make me do things that I'll regret.
Come on, that couldn't be that bad. That's the story you told us on the other one.
Oh, stories, man. We don't tell stories here.
I was like, we could.
We couldn't though. Nope, don't remember that one. Anyway, yeah. So that's a long story for a short question, but it's like the most complete answer I can give you.
And you said, so why is that snake your favorite snake? The one you sent me.
That's my newest snake. I love him. He's so cool. He's so cool. He's so cool. He's a pastel stranger het clown pos het monsoon.
Oh damn, that's nice.
Nice.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, did y'all see that one? Let me see if I can get it up here real quick.
I can show him to you if you want.
Oh, yeah.
He's nearby. You want me to
Yeah,
grab
you can
him?
get him. Yeah.
All right.
Show us some snakes. Show something off.
Show something off, he says.
Show whatever you want to show off.
Oh, Jesus. Don't say that. Hey, buddy.
I mean reptile-wise.
Don't kill me. Okay, we're friends. Oh, I forgot you guys. Okay. Hello, everybody. Oh, here he is.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, in the video.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. The video didn't do justice at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. It was very... Hold on, let me move him this way.
Okay, the YouTube sideways thing gets me every time.
Yeah, it's hard. But, like, look at his crazy tail.
So
we're like
gorgeous.
pos het monsoon. Like, okay. Yeah, but yeah, he's stunning boy.
Are you breeding him this season?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
He looks pretty ready though.
I was gonna say he definitely looks up the size.
Like, woo! Can you see him? Yeah. I can't ever get there. There is his head. Yeah. He's decent sized for sure.
He's definitely a gorgeous snake. So
yeah, he's. Love him. Love him. Yeah, he's beautiful. Come on, friend. You gotta go back in.
You wouldn't work with anything else, Tommy? Like
Am I working with anything else other than Stranger Clown, Monsoon,
no, like
Lavender Up?
other than balls.
Are you working with anything other than balls?
Yeah, I work
No,
with.
I'm not. Only balls. It's like OnlyFans, but balls.
I was like, wait, yeah, I am trying to turn that to something else.
Well, that's why I said, are you working with anything?
I was like, yeah. Well,
Oh,
like I mean,
no.
like crescent geckos, leopard geckos, or
No,
anything else like that.
I had a leopard gecko, but I only had him for a bit. I'd say I'd had him for like 3 years because my daughter had him for, I don't know, like from the time she was 7 until she left for college, and then he was my leopard gecko, and then he was gone because he died. He went blind in one of his eyes, but I had clicker trained him and stuff. It was really cool. He was really, I love leopard geckos. I had leopard gecko when I was young. His name was Icy.
Oh yeah, that's what we talked about. You ball trained. What were you ball training?
I target trained a leopard
Target training.
gecko. Yeah, I target
There you
trained
go.
my leopard gecko. I target trained a jumping spider. I because that's what I do for a living. I train animals. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I train horses and dogs.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah,
But how do you effectively target train a leopard gecko?
by pairing a reward with the target.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, wait, how did you do that?
You'd
It's
be like
it's it's reward
immediately
based.
giving
So
them
I
like
used it.
meal
I
or
used
something.
it with So I used it mostly at feeding time at first. So like I would show him the target, he would target it. So first he showed interest in it, right? And then I clicked it. I clicked a clicker, right? And when I clicked the clicker, after that I offered him a cricket on tongs, like the little plastic tongs, and then I did that, and then he started associating. And I even had him like where he would like spin in circles and do all kinds of crazy crap. It was fun. I have video of it somewhere.
Yeah, you
Fun.
should have sent me that. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead,
Yeah.
Dustin. What were you gonna say?
I saw, oh, that's cool that you trained leopard gecko. People don't usually think about it. They think like large monitors and read text stuff being target trained. Never think about
Yeah.
a leopard gecko.
I've yet to find an animal that you can't train. Like I've trained a jumping spider, for crying out. How do you target train a human? Well, it depends on what you're trying to train them to do. If you DM me, I'll give you a training plan.
Cheeseburger. Okay, you see it. All right. Mhm.
Right? Follow the cheeseburger. Follow it. Follow it. Right? Good
Humans are
job.
harder, but humans are harder. You can't generally use a target for humans, but you can use positive reinforcement very subtly in order to get the things you want.
Okay, okay. So let's wrap it up, guys.
Let's.
Because I told her it would be an hour and she has things to do.
We were already running behind, so I think my husband divorced me, and like I'm single, and whatnot. He's downstairs watching TV without me and hates me now, so I can.
I feel bad now.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I really do feel bad.
Good. I'm gonna expect some feel bad letters.
So you would
Serious?
never
Tell
take
me.
anything, like you never took creatine, pre-workout, nothing.
Why? Why would I?
I'm just saying. I was just asking.
I
It's
know,
just a
but why would
question.
I though? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, why? I don't have it. Like, I've never had the need for it. Like, when I really wanted to dial shit in and get stronger, I just paid more attention to my macronutrients.
Or go
Honestly,
through a heartbreak, right? Go through the heartbreak and get
no. If I
mad.
went through a hard break, I'd just be really lean, and I'd be like, "Wow, check out all my ab photos," and then like, damn, I need to go to the beach right now. But no, like dialing in my macronutrients was like the most important thing. I mean, it's the most important thing for everybody, like how you fuel your body. Um, One of my favorite ways of doing that in the past has been with RP Strength. RP Strength has a great macronutrient program. It's really, really, really difficult and will make me a complete bitch though once I'm in like the third section of it. So I don't ever go to the third section anymore. I just go to the second section because it's just not that important to me to be that lean. I mean, I can get pretty lean on it, but at the end of the day, like I'm an old lady. Nobody cares.
Just smiles. I like the way he just looks into the screen. He just smiles.
I mean,
Why?
I don't know how old you are, but you don't really look that old.
I'm old enough.
There you
I
go.
mean, you got to think I owned a gym
Give us a number.
I owned a gym for 15 years. Prior to that, I was in the medical field for 10 years. So that's just part of my working history. And when I closed the gym was 3 years ago. 33 isn't old. I'm not 33, love bug.
But I was
46. I'm 46.
See, but you don't look 46. That's good.
That's what happens when you take care of yourself. Now wait
Exactly. That's what I always say
wait
too.
until I have some money and I can get some Botox and get these things put back where they're supposed to be.
Oh,
good.
that's even worse.
I'll be like, no, I'll be good.
I
I'll be
really
like,
want to get in on
I'll be like, this will
Botox
be on my
right
face.
now.
I'll be like, that's great, Chris. I feel very happy. It'll be great.
Well,
You'll love it. I'm very concerned.
I don't know. Botox is. I've seen that
Hey,
stuff. It looks ugly on some people.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't ever had it, but I mean, when I
Too
do,
much
I'll
of
tell you.
Too much of anything is bad for you, Chris.
Yeah, I know, but Botox. We're talking about Botox.
You'd be
I like.
surprised about how many people actually have Botox, man.
Botox is like synthol for your face.
See, he has
You gotta
it.
be smart
He knows
about
what
it.
it's like.
I still don't like it.
If you get it, it'll be Brotox, though.
I like that.
She said Botox. Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Well,
Said by all.
Max, go ahead with your question.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, like how, like, what came first? Were you more in the fitness industry and then came upon reptiles, or were you more into reptiles and then you got into fitness? I was
So
wondering how.
when it comes to reptiles, I've been keeping reptiles. Like if you look at reptiles as a whole, I've been keeping reptiles since I was 2 years old.
Okay.
I wanted a turtle when I was a little tiny child, and my mom said that if I would stop using diapers and get potty trained, that I could have a turtle. And so I got potty trained in 2 days, and she got me a box turtle. It was a Gulf Coast box turtle, who currently still lives with me.
That's awesome.
I still have him. So he was an adult when I got him, and I'm 46, so he's minimally 46 years old. He's got to be older than that because he was an adult when I got him.
That's
So
cool. That's really cool.
yeah, so that's when I started, and I lived in Florida then, and it's true, Kayla, you wouldn't even know people that have it. See, everybody got that Botox. But yeah, so I had them, and then since I was living in Florida, I picked up stuff and kept it, like like a Knowles, like stuff that you could catch around the yard.
Yeah.
I had a Knoll that would like go to the store with me, like hang out on my shoulder and on my head and whatever. My mom was really cool about it. My mom really liked that I liked reptiles. I think my mom like always liked that I wasn't quite like the other girls that were around me. She was like, oh, Tommy, she marches to the beat of a different drummer, and she was just all stoked about it. So she like supported all of it. She got me my first snake. My first snake was a corn snake. I was 12. I don't know. Memory doesn't serve me that well. So my very first snake was a corn snake. I was helping do educational shows at a park here in my area. Like I was doing reptile educational shows with another guy. There was like a main guy that did it. There was like an adult at that time, and I was assisting him. And one of the snakes that we used for the education show was a corn snake, and I like fell in love with her. And he like homed her with me through my mom for my birthday. So that was my first snake. And then like I said, from there I've had varanids, and like I had a black roughneck tree monitor. I've had savanna monitors. I've had water monitors. I had black tree monitors. All kinds of colubrids. I kept fox snakes and thousand flower snakes and Brazilian rainbow boas, and like I don't know that there's really much that I haven't like at least in categorically, that I haven't kept something over however many years that's been, a lot of years, because we've already established I'm old.
Now you, Dustin.
So going towards the fitness realm, now with the now we've had social media around for so long, and we see everything going on with social media. Is there anything you'd change in the fitness industry for, coming from a woman and you had a daughter as well, coming from there into social media? Is there something you would change about the industry and social media with the way those kind of can be good and bad at the same time?
Honestly, I don't really think there is. I mean, there's a lot of things that I might not really agree with when it comes to social media and the fitness industry, but at the end of the day, like anything that's like toxic, I mean, seeing it shouldn't be the catalyst for somebody's demise, because you're going to have access to it at some point or another, and I think there's a lot bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Thanks.
And Tommy, so you've been in the hobby, right, for a minute now, and you've seen
At
some
least.
things.
Yeah.
I know you've seen quite a bit of things lately.
Mm-hmm.
From the last time I asked you this question.
Uh-huh.
Like, what are some things you've seen in the industry / hobby that you would change, make differently?
I remember last time you asked me this question. I had a clear-cut answer then, and now there's so much stuff happening.
Right.
Honestly, I have a hard time with the just like complete like hustle mentality with no regard to the fact that there's animals involved, honestly. Like I feel like that like not meeting something's needs to try to for the betterment of yourself is not ever going to be acceptable for me. Like just like getting for getting and I don't know, that's just for me. I see a lot of things like where I just feel like some people just let it get out of control, and they have so many animals, and I don't know that it's possible to meet the needs of that amount of animals, because although I don't think that every ball python or every dog or every whatever animal needs human interaction every day in order to thrive, there are some things that that I try to at least, periodically offer access to different environments, offer access to sunlight, offer access to just like explore, like even if exploring means just like leave a tub open and let them smell around and like maybe like smell over the edge of the cage and look over the edge and like instead of just like always being in the same spot. So I think that that it's kind of the same answer as I gave last time, but maybe it's a little more jaded at this point.
Last time it was different. You didn't
Okay.
answer that way the last time. It was,
Okay.
I think you pretty much said it was a negativity, but other than that, no, it was a different
Definitely
answer.
negativity. I don't I hate the negativity.
Yeah.
Literally, I refuse to be involved in a lot of it. Like, I'll definitely try to support, things that I think need to be known, like ways to take action, um, information that I think might need to be known, but like I'll never really try to put my own spin on it or otherwise voice an opinion, because generally for most of these situations that I see and hear, there's so much involved that I don't really know anything about, like when it comes to people or situations or things that I don't find it to be my place to speak on it. But if there's like firsthand information that, or even like, hey, here's how you can help with something. Hey, you sir shared this. Take action. If you're not following them, follow them. If you're not, things like that. Like I try not to get involved when it comes to like human and human interactions though, because there's just too much going on there. And at the end of the day, like if somebody said some shitty stuff, I think it's not my responsibility. Like let them go, because sometimes giving more attention to people that are like that is like more helpful for them because they find more people to back them.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, I agree with that. But okay, so I want you to plug yourself, and then I want you to leave a positive message for the people watching
Oh
this.
my gosh, I don't really.
Yes.
I'm not prepared. Plug myself. Yeah, I'm Inky. Is it Inky dot clouds on Instagram? I think that's the only place I am. If you look up my name though, nobody else spells it like that, so you'll find me pretty easily. And positive message. You can do it.
There it is.
That's our positive message.
Yay! That's what I got. That's what I got.
You can do it.
I don't know what to say, man. I'm not that person. Like every tornado turns 2 leaves. I don't know. That I'm sticking with you can do it.
Strong answer.
That's my final answer.
Final answer. Hands down. All right. All right, guys. If y'all have anything else to ask?
Good.
They're afraid at this point.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
Bye.
Right. On that note, guys, thank y'all for coming. Thank you, Tommy, for
No
being on
problem.
the
No
show.
problem.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Dustin, Max from Military Morse. On that note, guys, we'll see you next Saturday. We got Johnny Venom. On that, we out. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Oh, do the big flex.
Oh no.
Big flex. Cold-blooded kings. There we
got
go.
nothing.
All right, guys. We out. Y'all have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah.